Is Emmanuel Barbie. I am the founder and president of the Grassroots Community Activist Movement. 2014 represents the year of divine advantage and acceleration. My videos are not intended for entertainment purposes, for I cannot sugarcoat genocide. The purpose of my videos is to promote my book, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, 2nd edition, as well as to recruit 30 talented individuals within the state of Illinois or beyond who have read my book and agree with my plan on improving urban America, for them to come to Chicago and work with me directly in starting my private for-profit service-based business. Just like Nelson Mandela, who fought against apartheid in South Africa, and Dr. King, who fought against Jim Crow in the South. My cause is to help stop the genocide in American ghettos starting in Chicago. But unlike our past leaders, I have no support from established black organizations in my city. First of all, I am not seeking an independent government, just an independent political party that will have our interests at hand. They will focus on issues within the community and work with other communities beyond the black community, pushing to change current gun laws. For example, in the state of Florida, the Stand Your Ground laws is racist in all aspects. Remember the Trayvon Martin trial. Secondly, my organization is about uniting reasonable brothers, sisters, and others, just like the Civil Rights Movement did, uniting both Christians and Muslims to work together for social change which affected our people in the South, called Jim Crow or institutionalized racism. My organization is open to all law-abiding citizens and all racial groups. We will do cooperative alliance with other organizations that are similar in nature. Our focus is on ending gun violence, poverty, and structural inequality within the communities and cities we will serve. I refuse to take out a business loan and end up in debt listening to man. I will not start my business until I have my team, 30 people already in place. No man or woman on earth will change the vision my Creator has given me to do. It's in my DNA. If my book failed to sell, it's not my fault. It's not God's fault. People have free will. The black church have embraced the gay agenda and even allowing some of them to become pastors, but refuse to respect others who have a different faith. It's God's job to change people, not ours. I am a Christian socialist. A Christian socialist is a form of socialism based on the teachings of Jesus. Many Christian socialists believe that capitalism is idolatrous and rooted in greed, social inequality, and institutionalized racism, which most Christian denominations consider a moral sin. I am also a social entrepreneur. A social entrepreneur are people who try to solve social, cultural, and environmental issues. Some of my Christian friends ask me, why do I include secular people on my friends list? I explain to them that we as Christians should focus on what we stand for, which is love, compassion, social justice, and liberation theology. Jesus commands us to be a witness to others, not just for us to read his word, but to activate social change in the world according to Luke chapter 4, verse 18 and 19. A lot of our own people want to see me fail at starting this organization. Most of them are my own family members and so-called friends. It can only come about if Black America wants it. No preacher, no politician in the United States has the answer to end gun violence, poverty, and structural inequality in America. I do if given a chance. All I ask is that you purchase my book and read my story for yourself. If you agree with my plan/vision on improving our inner cities, then help me turn my vision into reality by helping me get my book on the bestsellers list. And also, those of you with experience in film, help me turn my book into a movie so that I can reach others across the United States and generate the capital I need to do all the things that I have written about in my book. For 22 years, I have been rejected by the established black organizations because they view me as unimportant since I'm not connected with the system, nor am I a celebrity. This is why I turn to the internet, for I have an audience. I'm on 300 social networks, and I correspond with 125,000 people worldwide. I'm ready to move my virtual organization from behind a computer to Chicago and 25 other cities in America. People who are trapped in American ghettos have a right to raise their children with dignity and with respect. These career politicians don't care about our kids because they live in a bubble and their families live in a safe environment. I'm calling upon single black mothers, single black fathers, and low-income two-parent families to stand up and work with me by spreading my book information to your family, friends, and spiritual leaders about what I'm trying to do for our communities and for our people, starting in Chicago and eventually in 25 other cities in America. Those of you on my friends list who are enrolled in high school, colleges, and universities, encourage your schools to allow me to come speak on campus to promote my book. Those of you who are active in your place of worship, encourage your spiritual leaders to allow me to come and speak at your church or mosque. I call upon my international friends and associates who live in Africa, Brazil, and the Caribbean islands to help me spread my book information to your family, friends, and spiritual leaders about my plan on improving the areas not where the tourists come to visit, but the slums, where the working poor and the so-called underclass reside. Those of you who have been passed over by the establishment have a place and a voice in my organization. My organization is open to undiscovered artists, poets, rappers, gospel singers, all law-abiding citizens, and all racial groups. Those of you who have small businesses or a small ministry, join my free social groups and promote your business and ministries with my supporters from around the globe. Once I have my team in place and we find a place of business in Chicago, you are welcome to come to Chicago and promote your business and ministry for 3 months free of charge, just as long as you're keeping the lines of communication open with me, and also that you bought my book too. My book is available on Amazon.com and CreateSpace. This is my contribution back to my community and throughout the African diaspora. Real Christian Socialists Online. Thank you all for listening to my message, and I hope that you would enjoy reading my story, and not just read my book, but I want you to, this book is an interactive book, so I would like for you to join my free online groups on Facebook as well as on Google+. Interact with all my supporters on my page. Those people that disagree with what I'm trying to do, please delete me off your friends list because you're just taking up space. I only want to talk with people that's in agreement. And my creator is giving me specific instructions and I have to be obedient. You only want me to work with people that's in agreement. I could work with other people that has a different spiritual belief. I'm a Christian, so I'm not changing from that. And I respect their faith. And I'm not going to try to convert them. But my goal is to bring peace and prosperity in these inner cities. And not just talk about it. We're going to actually do hands-on to be there. to start the business there. Just trying to recruit others to be on my team, so I can't do it by myself. I'm only one person. Thank you very kindly for listening to my message, and peace and blessings.